Good morning, ELCO. I'm David.
And I'm Jacob. Today is Friday, November 30th.
Today is also National Computer Security Day.
And now please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are you willing to be an angel to a child in need? Consider being an angel to those in our community by taking a paper angel from the angel tree in the high school main office. Return the paper angel and the unwrapped gift to Mr. Thomas or Mrs. Watson's rooms no later than December 10th. Be an angel and take an angel. Hey, ELCO, we are gearing up for our first ever winter blood drive. Are you 16 years of age or older? Then come out December 7th to make a difference in the life of 3 people. Sign-ups are during your lunches, or email Mrs. Bender at your earliest convenience. You can also get free breakfast, a t-shirt, snacks, gift cards, detention forgiveness, and prom tickets. So come out and make a difference. It's that time again. Raider-thon Gold Rush will be held this week. We return from holiday break in January, but it's time to prepare. Help be a superhero to children fighting pediatric cancer. And show your support by purchasing the 2019 Gold Rush shirt. Mark your calendars to attend the girls' basketball game on Friday, January 4th, and the boys' game on Saturday, January 5th. Order forms can be found outside Mrs. Martin, Mrs. Hartman, and Miss Sollenberger's rooms. Orders must be received by December 14th. And now over to a quick video.
Everybody donate. Some items you can bring are canned meats, fruits, canned vegetables, canned soups, nuts, rice, and pasta.
Just turn it on.
Help us reach our goal of 3,000 items.
Winter sports pictures. Don't forget to check the schedule on the sports bulletin board outside the main office for the picture day schedule for winter sports. The pictures are scheduled for Monday, December 3rd and Tuesday, December 4th. If you have any questions, please see Mrs. Moyer in the office. Be loud, be proud, help support ELCO athletics. See you at the game. The varsity Letterman jackets are available for pickup at Locke Sporting Goods in Myerstown. You can come in and pick them up at Locke's during their normal business hours. Wear it with pride, you deserve it. Fear the spear. Raider-thon is looking for seniors who would like to play in the annual Student-Faculty Gold Rush basketball game that will take place on Friday, January 4th. To earn your spot on the team, you will need to obtain $75 in donations. With your donations, you will receive your team shirt, your Raider-thon shirt, and admittance to the overnight mini-thon event on Friday, February 8th. See Mrs. Hartman or Ms. Sollenberger for donation forms.
Don't forget that the ENM News Show will be off the air until after Keystone.
So before we sign off this week, we would like to go over to a Harbor video provided by the main office. Have a great day, ELCO.
It's really hard to define leadership because there isn't one word, there isn't one skill, there isn't one characteristic that makes someone a leader. Leadership isn't a title, it's not a class, it's not what you tell everyone you are. I think leadership is a mentality. I think it's the attitude that you wake up with every single day. A leader's mentality starts with being self-aware. The reason self-awareness is such a big deal when it comes to being a leader is you have to be able to identify what you're good at. You've got to know what you bring to the table. Leadership isn't about being the best at everything, it's about being the best at your thing. And leadership comes out in these moments where you choose to use your skills and step up and lead, or you recognize that someone else's skills are needed, so you choose to let them lead. And those moments happen every single day. They happen in your classroom, they happen on your teams, they're going to happen to you for the rest of your life. And one of my biggest moments was when I identified a problem in my community and I chose to do something. For a number of years, I was a social worker. I worked with homeless and runaway teenagers, and my job was to try to help these kids get off the streets and have a normal life. But I realized that there wasn't a place for these kids to go. There was no space where they could do the things that they loved while getting the help that they needed. And so I sat down one night and I wrote up 2 documents. I wrote out a business plan for this drop-in center that was going to have skateboarding and music and art. And I also wrote out my letter of resignation. And I told myself that this was my moment. This was going to be the problem that I was going to solve for the rest of my life. So I had 2 choices. Call a meeting and try to partner with the organization that I worked with, or quit and create this for myself. So I called this meeting, I got everyone together, and I told them what my plan was. And they basically said that they loved me, but they didn't love my idea. I got home that night and I did the only thing I could think of, which was Google how to start a nonprofit. And in that moment, I didn't focus on what I didn't have. I didn't have money, I didn't have experience, I didn't have a degree. I focused on what I did have. I had a ton of passion, I knew how to work really hard, and I was good at building teams. And so I did that. I started calling my friends who I knew could build ramps better than I could and asked them to help. I called my friends who were good at marketing and I asked them to help me market. I called my friends who were good at finances and asked if they would help me figure out the finances of this thing, and I just built a team. And we created this indoor skate park and we put it in a mall and we called it The Bay. And what we built, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't the best, but we created something. It was ours and we did it together. Today, The Bay is inside of a massive warehouse that's home to a skate park, a coffee shop, a concert venue, and a community art collective that does life-changing outreach for kids and families. And my job as leader of The Bay is to make sure that my team understands these 3 things. I want them to be bold, I want them to take risks, and I want them to understand it's okay if you fail, because that's what leaders do. Leaders fail, they have to. Leaders have to fail first so that others have an opportunity to succeed. The most important choice that I make every single day is how can I empower my staff? How can I make them great because they came into contact with me? My job is to set a standard and then help them exceed that standard to become great. Allowing people the freedom to become great means that they're going to do things differently than you do, and that's okay. The best leaders understand that. And one of the ways I've empowered people is by creating Skate for Change. When I started these things, I didn't focus on what I didn't have, I focused on what I did. I looked at this as my opportunity. It was my moment to create something that was bigger than myself. If you want to become a leader, it boils down to these moments. Moments where you choose. You choose to be self-aware and focus on what you do have, not what you don't. It's when you choose to empower those around you to become great. And it's when you choose to celebrate others instead of yourself. Leadership's not about events. It's not about posters or speeches. It's not about being told thank you, and it's not even about being recognized or celebrated for what you've done. For those of you out there with an idea, those of you that want to learn how to lead, don't wait your turn. You've got to be bold. You've got to go first. You've got to give yourself permission to go for it. Even if you fail, take what you learn with you and continue moving forward. Don't let the critics or the doubters take up space in your head. You've got to become the loudest voice in your head to continue pushing yourself forward. A lot of students see areas where they can make a difference, where they can step up and lead, but they think it's someone else's job to do it for them. If you're waiting for someone to do it for you, then you're not a leader.